This is a clip from an interview I had with Alan Parr of The Beat. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, hit the thumbs up button and then subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Lastly, I want to give you a special invitation to join my free Facebook group, the Waiting Works Community. This is a group that I designed for people that are waiting, or at least trying to wait, for real love, love before sex, as we like to say. In this group, you're going to find the accountability and the support that you need to wait well, date well, and maximize your season of singleness and ultimately find true love. Go to reallovewaits.com or just hit the link below and we'll give you instant access. Now here's the video.
Is masturbation a sin? So that's something that I believe it's a sin. I know there's not a lot of biblical support, and maybe you're going to school me on something I don't know about. But I go back to the whole, if you lust after a woman in your mind, how you commit adultery in your heart. So I think if you're going to climax, you're probably thinking about something that you did. And so I always think the standard is definitely not pornography, but not even masturbation, even in your mind. However, I tell people it's better than going out and having sex with someone. Not to say that you should do the one thing in replacement of the other, but it would be better than that. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much aligned there, because it's my belief that you're right. The Bible doesn't say anything explicit about touching oneself, pleasuring oneself. People try to point to Genesis 38 with Onan, but that has nothing to do with spilling a seed on the ground, has nothing to do with masturbation. It's amazing that people even look at that anymore. He was just not wanting to have a child by his brother's wife, and so that he wouldn't jeopardize his inheritance. So he spilled a seed on the ground, but he wasn't playing with himself. So people need to stop using that as an example. Because of that, once again, as we mentioned earlier, this is an area where I think a lot of people try to say the Bible doesn't say anything about masturbation, so therefore it's something that we're able to do. But once again, the Bible is very clear about lust. Job 31:1, I've made a covenant with my eyes that I would not look lustfully upon a woman. And of course, as Jesus said, if you look at a woman with lust, you've already committed adultery in your heart. If we just want to split hairs and just be technical in terms of the scriptures, I guess if you can masturbate without having one single lust thought, the reality is that our minds are going to want to fantasize. Our minds are going to want to go in that direction. And as a result, right away, as soon as you start lusting, or God forbid, for people who are incorporating any sort of pornography or soft porn or whatever it is that you want to look at, an image or whatever, then you're lusting at that point. And that is a sin. But not only that, I always tell people that it's not just Satan, our enemy, is not just content with drawing us into one particular sin. He's always interested in taking us to that next level. I think one of the main things that Satan does is tempts us with sexual boredom. And that's the biggest thing. It's, okay, I've already done this. I'm tired of this. Now what's next? And at some point, you're going to get tired of just masturbating. At some point, your mind's going to be like, I want the real thing. I want to experience this for real. All the fantasies that I have in my mind, like I want to experience those. And I just think that it's one of those things that it's a slippery slope that you can go down, because you're going to get tired of just doing that. After a while, you're going to want to live it out. And that's my perspective as well. I have another video that I talk about, is it a sin in marriage? But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. But no, I think I've often said thought leads to a habit, or a thought leads to an action leads to a habit leads to a character, and a character leads to a destiny. But I've heard of people getting jammed up. They've got so perverted from watching pornography. Like you talk about, the devil always wants you to take you one step further. Like they were looking at some of the weirdest things. I want to say like bestiality and like weird stuff, because they had gone so far down that rabbit hole that it had to get more perverted. That's and right. So I think that the standard is nothing. And I know, like for me, it's like when I'm really good, like I have a good stretch of time, usually I'm very productive. I'm getting things done. I believe in sex transmutation. I believe it's a real thing. There's a lot of evidence even around NoFap about not retaining your seminal retention. But it's also like that there's no shame, there's no guilt associated. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever done like a strict diet. Like when I competed in bodybuilding, and you're eating really clean, like you miss the food. You do, but the moment you eat it, you're like, damn, why did I do that? Like you're pinching your fat on your stomach. You're like, you're like, damn, I shouldn't have done it. So that's what I think it is like. If you're expressing your sexual energy or your sexual gift, as some people call it, in any way besides with your marriage partner, then I feel like that you're missing the mark for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, it feels good leading up to the moment, and then let's just get real talk. As soon as we ejaculate, there's a whole lot of things that change afterwards for us.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below with your biggest takeaway, and join us over in the Waiting Works community. I'll see you over there.